For now, though. The reigning defending UFC BMF champion, the now former featherweight champion, and the potential future UFC lightweight champion, the man who will be headlining International Fight Week UFC 317 this Saturday, T-Mobile Arena, against Charles Oliveira, the pride of Georgia and the pride of Spain, the one and only Ilia Topuria is here. Is he there? Ay.
Vámonos. ¿Cómo estás, Ariel?
Muy bien, Ilia. ¿Cómo estás? ¿Y tú?
Super bien. I'm doing very, very good.
You look fantastic, my friend. You look fantastic.
Thank you very much.
And I have to say thank you because I understand you're trying to limit a little bit of the media, but you're coming on this Monday, and it means the world to us. So thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it.
It's always my pleasure. You have been supporting my career since the beginning, so
thank you.
I have to give you back.
Muchas gracias. Can I ask you, before we get it, because I just went through a whole thing about Jones and Aspinall, and I said I feel there's some similarities between you and Islam, where one guy doesn't want to fight the other. You understand? When you see it, do you see it?
Not at all.
No?
At all.
Tell me.
You can't even compare that situation. You can't compare like John Jones with Islam, you know what I mean? John has done so many great things in the sport. He fought the best of the best in the last 10 years. So I don't think he's stucking anyone. You know, he just wants to retire. He's tired maybe of the game or whatever, and he wants to retire. I don't think he's stucking in anyone, because you can find a guy always that no, he's the next one, he's the next one, he's the next one. Even if he beats Tom Aspinall, there's gonna be someone new. So
okay, fair. Then can I ask you, is Islam ducking you?
I think he's doing his things. I don't think he's ducking me, to be honest. I will be lying to you if I tell you that he's ducking me. I think he's tired of the weight cut. He wants a new challenge. He moved to the welterweight division. He feels and he thinks that he has a chance to become a double champion. And I think that this is all he's trying to do.
If Bilal would have beaten Jack Della Maddalena, would you have been fighting Islam this weekend?
If I would fight him?
No, like, because what we were told was if Bilal remained welterweight champion, he would have stayed at 155.
Yeah.
And he would have fought you. Do you believe that?
Yeah, 100%. He wouldn't have another option.
So what is confusing to me is they're talking about maybe having this fight, him versus JDM, in October. Why not just fight you? It's such a big fight. And then, regardless of outcome, you fight for the welterweight title in October. We were so close. We were 6 weeks away because we only found out about your fight after the JDM Bilal fight. Why didn't we just get you versus Islam? There was so much history there, and then he moves up after.
Because I think that not a lot of people understand how hard is the weight cut. You know, when you get tired of the weight cut, it's like there's no name in the world that motivates you to fight. There's no money in the world. It's like you just want to take care of your health. This is the reason why I switched the weight class. And I think that he's doing the same thing.
I was told that you had a meeting with the UFC in Australia, and that's when you informed them that you didn't want to stay at 145. Is that how it went down? Can you tell us about this?
Yeah. I went with my brother to Australia because he was fighting there. So I had a meeting with Hunter, and I told him, like, I don't wanna keep killing myself to make this the 145 weight class. I wanna change the weight division because I feel that I'm not enjoying anymore the process. It makes me at some point hate the sport. You know, when you cut the weight, you are like, this is the last time I'm fighting. This is the last time I'm cutting the weight. And in reality, I love the sport. I love my job. I love what I'm doing. So I had to make some changes.
Okay, and when you said that to them, did they tell you, all right, we're cool with you moving up and we will give you a title shot regardless at 155?
Yeah, they have been very nice to me.
Okay.
They told me, like, we are going to give you the title shot because this is what you deserve. And yeah, and the only thing they told me is like, actually, I told them, like, I don't have any problem vacating the title because I know that there are many guys fighting for their dreams. I don't want to stop anyone's career, so I can vacate the title even today. I don't have no problem because I'm not planning to go back to the featherweight division. So they understood it, and here we are.
So
Now I'm fighting for the world title.
so when Islam was saying I'm not giving up my belt and all this stuff, you just kind of laughed it off. You didn't believe it because you were given that promise.
100%. And whenever I get the promise from them, they always back up their word. So
I'm happy you're saying this because Chael Sonnen said that I was lying because I said you were given this promise and you were told that you were going to fight for the undisputed title when you moved up. He said that that was insulting to you because you're not the kind of guy that cares if there's belt or no belt. I'm like, that's not the point. The point is you were told this and he was just talking smack. You understand what I'm saying? So you're confirming it.
100%, 100%. I wouldn't give up to my belt. Like, if I don't have, if they would tell me, like, I don't know what's going to happen with you in the lightweight division, maybe I would think a little bit more and I will be like, well, listen, maybe I have to keep killing myself
Yeah.
before I get the opportunity to fight for the title because I don't want to, I don't want to, how will I explain this? I don't want to start anything new knowing like where I'm going, what's going to happen.
Ultimately, you get the vacant fight, not against the champion Islam, but it's against Charles, who's a tremendous fighter, a former champion and beloved. Was there any moment there where you were a little bit disappointed? Because no knock on Charles, Islam is just, the man for so long and all that. You're like, this feels like a little bit of a letdown?
Not at all. I can control what they do. The only thing I can control is what I do and the decisions I take. So I wanted to fight for the world title, and this is what I'm doing. If it's against Islam, against Charles, against Arman, whoever, this is what I wanted. I didn't have had any specific name in my head, like I'm fighting this guy or I'm not fighting. The only thing I had in my mind is like I'm fighting for the world title or I'm not fighting.
Do you think they got it right, though? Because it seemed like it was either Charles or Arman. Do you think they got it right giving it to Charles against you?
I don't know. I don't know. Whoever. I'm here.
You're here.
Even if they wanna call me right now and tell me that it's Arman this Saturday, I don't care. Like I know what's gonna happen.
How much happy, like if we would have talked on a Monday before the Holloway fight, which I think we actually did talk about, like how your mood right now and how you're feeling compared to Monday before featherweight, is it just dramatically different?
Dramatically different. It's like right now I feel good. I feel happy. I still I'm able to like keep eating, keep drinking. I didn't have to kill myself until this point.
Right.
Of course, the fight week is always tough. It's always hard, but you can't even compare. That extra pound gave me life.
And so how much do you think you'll weigh on Saturday?
And I'm gonna tell you in kilos. I think I will be between 79 and 81.
79, sorry, I don't kilos to pounds is 174 is 79. Wow.
Yeah, yeah,
Wow.
for sure.
What did you think? What do you think you weighed when you were fighting at featherweight by fight night?
I was always between 76 and 78.
Jeez, you'd gained that much.
Yeah, between 10 to 11 kilos.
I have to say, I saw your open workout on Friday. You did it at the PI. The striking is unbelievable, man. I'm not just saying
Thank
like
you very much.
the speed, the precision. You look like you're on a different level than like we're showing a little bit of it over the last couple. This is a compilation, but you look like you're in incredible form right now.
Thank you very much. I have been working really, really hard, to be honest, really, really hard on my striking. Also, in my, I'm sorry, I'm getting a call.
No problem.
And so, yeah, thank you very much.
Did we lose him? We might have lost him. The striking though is beautiful. We'll get him right back there. The man, Ilia Topuria. Oh, I think he's back. Is he there?
Yeah, I'm back.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm getting a call. I don't know. what's
It's fine.
happening.
You're a busy man. I understand.
Like week.
It's interesting to see you say that and to hear you say that, because since we last saw you, the fight against Max, it feels like every week something else happens in the life of Ilia where it's like, this guy's on a different stratosphere. Like whether it's you coming out in front of the Bernabeu, you getting a street named after you, you in an NFL commercial. I see you come out with your promotion. Wow, every single week there's another big thing. So how are you dealing with all these things that are happening in your life, but also not losing sight of what it is that you're great at and known for, which is fighting? How do you balance the two?
I'm trying to enjoy the whole process. It's a blessing that comes from God, and I try to enjoy it.
Is it hard
Always.
at times?
What you said?
Is it hard at times? Because I'm sure like you're
Not
living
at
your dream
all.
now.
Everything is connected to my sport, to what I love to do. So I keep training, doing my things, and sharing my knowledges with the new generation. This is all I try to do.
I'd love to see. We saw Merab come home to Georgia. I
Yeah.
want to see one scene like that with you. Do you have plans after this fight to go to Georgia? Because I can't imagine what the reception would be like. You landing at the airport, the amount of people that would come out to receive you.
So I don't know. Maybe I don't know how my life is gonna look like after the fight. I don't like to organize anything because after the fight, I always used to get calls like come here, come there, come do this, do that. So I don't like to have anything planned because maybe I'm getting a better proposal for someone else. So
Okay.
I learned.
I understand. Now, what's interesting, and not to look ahead, but I feel like the talk right now about the UFC is, okay, where are the big fights, the mega fights? John and Tom isn't happening. Ilia and Islam for now is not happening. And I think that the biggest fight that the UFC can make for the back end of the year is potentially you versus Paddy. Do you think there's a
Yeah,
chance
for
that if
sure.
you win, they won't have Paddy fight anyone and just put him right into the title fight against you?
No, that's not gonna happen. He's one fight away for the title shot. So he needs actually that fight because it's gonna be even better for our fight if he gets one more win. So we're gonna have, I think, the biggest fight in the UFC right now at the moment.
So who do you think? Maybe him versus Justin Gaethje, and then the winner fights the winner of your fight?
Yeah, him with versus Justin Gaethje because I think he's gonna beat him easily.
You think Paddy beats him easily?
Yeah,
And then you guys...
because because of the style. It's not like I don't like Justin Gaethje. I'm actually a huge fan of all of his fights. I enjoy a lot watching him fight. He's those guys that takes a lot of punches and throws a lot of punches. I love to watch him fight, but I think that Paddy could get that win easily because of the style.
Is it true that in your talks with the UFC, you asked about the Spain fight and they said if you fight in Spain, it has to be in the middle of the night? So, and this isn't something that interests you?
Yeah, something like that.
Okay,
Something like that.
so is that dream over now?
But no, it's not over because they are trying to close a new deal. So maybe in that deal they are gonna get like some space to make an events in Europe in a prime time there. I mean,
Okay.
in Europe.
Uh,
So if they get that, I would love to fight in Spain
in the stadium, in the Bernabeu?
in the stadium. Yeah,
That would be,
it
imagine
has to be in the stadium.
you versus Paddy in that stadium would be insane.
It will be insane. I think that but I don't know if pay-per-view wise it will be insane. You know what I mean?
You don't think?
Mm, if they do like prime time in Europe, I don't think that the pay-per-view numbers are gonna do really well.
I feel
Because
like,
the biggest market for the pay-per-view is the United States.
sure. But you guys are getting to be so popular here in the United States as well, not just in Europe.
Yeah, I know, but I think that the biggest fights has to happen in the United States.
I like this. Here I am trying to convince you of how big of a star you are, and you're still remaining humble. So it seems like your head hasn't gotten too big. It's good.
Thank you.
That's very good. What do you make of Charles at this point in his career? He's coming off the big win over Michael Chandler. Do you think he is as dangerous as he was a couple of years ago when he was fighting for the belt?
You can't never count him out because he's a dangerous guy. He has the most finishes in the UFC history. But I don't know. I have faced those kind of situations many, many times with Walt, with Max Holloway. They were like, I'm beating, like no one could beat them, no one can knock them out. And they always had this thing in the mind, like, oh, I faced this guy and this one and that, and no one could knock me out. But you never faced me. You never faced someone that skillful like me. This is what I'm saying since a long time ago. The skill development I'm bringing in the sport, they never felt it. They never saw it. So this is what's going to happen with Charles. He thinks that he has some opportunities, but the reality is that he has not. The only thing he has to do is like show up, and I'm going to do the rest.
What are you envisioning now as far as the way the fight goes?
I'm going to finish him in the first round.
You say that to me like I say I'm going to get a coffee.
Yeah, because he walks forward. This is all I need. Like the time that takes me always to knock out my opponents is the time that takes me to close the distance because they run away. They run, they move to side, and once I close the distance and I go with my combinations, I knock them out. But with Charles, I'm not gonna need to close the distance because he walks forward, and this is all I need to take his lights out. Like, just try to stay in the middle of the octagon. Just try to do that, and you are not gonna see me coming.
This is your second time fighting International Fight Week. A few years ago, you fought Ryan Hall on the prelims. To be chosen in this spot, do you feel like this is confirmation that they view you as one of the faces, as one of the top stars of the UFC, to be the headliner?
I don't know. I don't like to talk about those kind of things. Like, they call me. They wanted me to fight in the International Fight Week. Of course, I know I'm not a dumb person. That I know that I'm one of the biggest names in the game right now for everything that I have done. But I don't know that it puts me in a spot where I can say like I'm the face of the game because we have many great athletes in the sport right now.
And so, is there in your conversations with the brass, did they ever say to you, okay, we'll give you this opportunity? And then did you ever say to them, when Islam moves up and wins that belt, if he wins that belt, I want a shot at that belt too? Did you have that conversation yet? I know you've said it, but I wonder how they received it if you ever said it to them.
Yeah, we had that conversations also, but you know how they are. Like, they don't want me to talk about anything that we talk in private.
Okay, okay. Oh, I understand. But it's a thing, right? Because obviously no one's ever done
Yeah,
it.
it could happen. It could happen easily.
And you don't think it would mess up your body?
Not at all. Listen, my mentality is always like that. If I'm walking in the street with my wife and someone says something to her, I'm not gonna ask him how much is your weight, how much is your reach or height or this or that. Like, I will stay there and I'm gonna take his head off. And this is how I think. Like, this is the fight business. I don't care how much is your weight. If we have a fight, let's fight. If you have that 10 extra pounds, congratulations, but that's not going to help you.
Before it's all said and done, do you think you fight at 170?
What
Before
did you
your
say?
your UFC career is finished, do you think you fight at 170?
Yeah, for sure. That could happen.
Okay.
Listen, if you have a champion like Belal or I don't know, many names that I could bring right now, that's an easy path. Like, you can go slap him and get that title, and that's it.
I'll let you go in a couple minutes. I know you're very busy, but I do want to ask you about your brother. What a great
Yeah.
performance in February. You mentioned that you were with him. It was amazing because I know he's sort of like been in the shadows a little bit and helped you, but now to see him get his moment, what was that like for you?
He had an amazing performance for me. He didn't look like he had six fights. He looked with a lot of experience. He dominated in the striking and the wrestling in the ground game. He, like, the way he administrar, ¿cómo es? Administrate his energy. Like he did an amazing job. I'm proud of him, and there is so much more to see about him because I'm very sure that in his next fight, he's gonna get that huge knockout. You will see.
Okay. And as far as your nickname is concerned, what are we going with for Saturday?
El Matador, por favor.
Oh, we're going
We
back
don't
to that.
realize. We don't realize. We don't like. We don't appreciate the things before we don't lose them. So it happens to me with El Matador.
I love that one. You got to stick with the classic.
Yeah, with a classic El Matador.
And where are we?
Soy un hombre muy honrado que me gusta lo mejor. Please.
I always want to dance a little salsa when I hear that song. I feel like
Just stand up and dance for me, Ariel.
Ay, mi amor. Where are we with you and Ronaldo? Are we still? Did we squash the beef? What's going on? Cristiano, he went against you. This guy.
Yeah, I don't know. He's. I think that he said he said something about me when he was in the backstage with Ninganu, and it felt bad to be honest. But then I don't know. He started following me, so we'll see. Maybe one day we meet each other. This is what I said. Like once he's gonna meet me in the person, he's not gonna have that opinion about me, like that I talk too much and this and that. But maybe that's the perception they have about me when they see me in the social media. Who knows?
So after all this, he then followed you.
Yeah, after all that, he started following me.
So maybe that was the olive branch.
Maybe he saw something different about me.
Okay. Is Sergio coming to the fight?
I don't know. I didn't spoke to him in a long time.
Okay.
Actually, I texted him and he didn't answer me. So.
What? I thought he was your boy. What's going on?
Yeah, he's my boy, but he didn't even answer me.
Come on, forget him. Forget. What about your wife and kids? Are they coming on Saturday?
Yeah, my wife is here and my son Hugo is coming. My daughter is staying in Spain.
El Niña, she's staying back.
Yeah, she's staying back.
Too young.
Too young to be traveling that much.
Does your son understand what you're doing now? He's 5, right? I think.
Of course, he loves. If you see him like how he does his pad works, you will be surprised.
So he's the next one.
He's the next one, and he loves the fight game. He loves it. He asks me all the time, Dad, I want to train. Dad, I want to train.
Do you want him to be a fighter?
Me personally, I don't know. Whatever he wants to do. The only thing I want from him is I want him to be a good person. This is all I want, with good values.
Amen. It's very dry in Las Vegas. Any roses? Yeah. Were you able to find? Do you have rose for Saturday?
Of course. Okay. Of course.
I can't wait.
Respect for my opponents.
Yes.
We have to take that rose.
Well, it's great to have you back. Welcome back. It's been a long time. Thank you so much for doing this. Really appreciate it. Good luck this week with the cut and everything. And then good luck on Saturday night. Can't wait. Thank you so much, Ilia.
Muchas gracias, Ariel.
You're the man. Thank you so much, Ilia.
Bye. Have a great day.
Ay, mi amor. Harina benda de corazón. Am I getting that right, Andy? Yeah.
Did notice you were referring to his daughter El Nino, La Nina.
It's not El Nina?
Nah, man. Been on my Duolingo grind, I'd know, thanks.
La Nina?
Yeah, the girl.
El Nina?
Nope. No. El Nino.
El Nino?
The boy.
La Nina.
There we go.
Why couldn't anyone help me out?
Yeah, I'll just go on air next time. Actually, it's La Nina.
Excuse me, Ariel. You've got this wrong. But you know what? I call myself El Nariz, and everyone says that that's wrong too. It should be La Nariz, right?
Yeah.
So it's my own little twist, okay? Very nice. And you know what? Kept it very respectful towards Islam Makhachev. All good in the hood. I will say that I think that there are some similarities, but also I know he has the same management team as John Jones. So, you know, I respect that he's sort of taking the high road here. But he is the right guy to be headlining this event. And it makes all the sense in the world because International Fight Week, and especially this June, July card, has always been the showcase of who are the biggest stars. who are the guys. Thanks for watching this video. Before you go, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button for us. Also, give us a thumbs up, leave a nice comment. These things go a long way. And while you're here, do check out the rest of the channel. We've got live shows and full interviews, clips, and a whole lot more. We're doing big things here, and we appreciate your support very much.